Hi, you waiting for me?
Good morning, sir. Yes, we are. Our condolences, by the way.
Thanks. I'm Adrian.
Okay, Adrian. I'm Greg. This is Steve. So, you're the boss now, right?
It looks like it. But I still have to get used to the fact.
Okay, boss. Well, maybe the best thing is for you to start right away. But, in fact, Miss Angelini has forgotten to give us further instructions.
Instructions? To do with the restoration? I don't know. I haven't managed to have a good look around yet.
Sure. Then perhaps you want to get a general overview first. Well, there is a heck of a lot of building work going on.
So, why don't you just get on with your work then?
No offense, sir, to the name of the Gordons, but it would be nice to know if the good lady left anything behind. I mean, apart from the building work.
You mean money-wise?
Yep.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Well, see you later then, sir. We'll wait for you in front of the castle.
So this is my new home, Blackmere Castle. A little more spacious than my college room in the prison cell, if not that much brighter. The castle looks really threatening for me. I think this is one of the stand-in stones Victoria mentioned. They should point to the entrance, but where and how? The castle looks really threatening. I think the mailman's been here. A letter and the newspaper. A letter addressed to me? Strange. I've only just moved in. The Guardian's third virtue is mercifulness. Just as water grows drop by drop and becomes a mighty ocean, So should every call for help be heard and find a sea of answers. Yet another one of those cryptic messages? No thanks. The last one drove me right into the clutches of a head case. What the? The picture of me. That's the one I did for Murray. He can never get enough, can he? I don't want to know what kind of dough he screwed out of the newspaper for that. Well, what does it say here? Blackmere Castle has a new lord of the manor. It has transpired that the young American Darren M., against whom the accusation of arson has yet to be proved, is the last descendant of the Gordon family. Great. Now everyone will think I've torched my inheritance. And what's even worse, that I'm rich. I'll throw the paper away. A lunchbox. I guess it belongs to Greg. There's just a large packet of toothpicks in it. Does anyone have that many gaps in the teeth? Toothpicks. A full pack. All I need is some finger food. The castle itself is already sinister enough, but the soot on the facade makes it look like something out of a haunted house backdrop. I ought to get it removed. I think this is one of the A ladder. Who knows when it was put here? I think this is one of the standard. The door is practically rusted solid to the frame. It's obvious that Lewis hasn't seen the inside of the greenhouse for more than 3 weeks. This is in dire need of a good tidy-up. An empty pot. I'm guessing the guy's here. I have no idea what I could do with a pot. The door is closed. I've got the right key here. The door's unlocked. These are pipe clips, like metal cable ties. Extremely useful. Quick setting foam, industrial quality, particularly suited to damp areas. I assume that there's wine stored in these barrels, but as old as everything here is, could be vinegar by now. The castle's almost completely burned down. No wonder it's so filthy everywhere. A power socket, but does it have an electricity supply? The bucket is half full of a white salt, probably for when it's icy. The bucket is half... Huh. Why should the cellar light in Blackmail Castle? Great, an extension cable. There's cleaning stuff, just no one to use it. A step ladder, like you'd use to change a light bulb, or to hang yourself. An extension cable, construction foam, pipe clips. Ugh, it's as gloomy here as in Mordred's poor soul. I'm not going any further. I'm sure Victoria wouldn't have hidden her money in the cellar. Why this debris was brought into the main hall of the castle and not taken outside will remain an eternal mystery to me. The left wing of the castle is really collapsed now. The upper floor is a heap of rubble. Amazing. The new tiles look as old as the old ones. Tasty. Dried wallpaper paste. A massive block of stone with a secret compartment, but there's nothing in it. I'd already discovered it before the castle fire. A massive block of... For some reason, I'm wary of dogs. It's a roll of damp-proof. The craftsman should really cover the floor with it, so they don't make everything filthy. I guess that's no big deal while the place is looking like it is. I'll leave it here. If I do need some of the sheeting, I'll know where to find it. The globe is metal. I can't see a weld seam. I wonder how they got it through the door. What's a tea room without a teapot? This one's being used as a flower pot. There were probably pictures hanging here before. Either they were destroyed in the fire, or were taken down to be restored. Bills, 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 bank statements. Envelopes with nothing in them. Huh, who's this one from? Città del Vaticano, Roma, Italia. It's from the Vatican. What did Victoria have to do with the Vatican? What are these marks? It looks like mildew. Ugh, not that healthy. It's really quite pretty, this ostrich egg cup. £6,000 is paid in every 3 months. No indication of who it came from. It just says here it was paid in over the counter. the last entry is 4 months ago. And the account was virtually empty 2 weeks ago. By Valentina Antolini. Authorized by Victoria Gordon. That must have been money for the construction guys. The clock has stopped, probably during the last century. Ugh, what horrible things. Beats me what people think is so great about statues of naked kids with wings. Maria, the mother of all statues. The plinth is probably marble. The plinth is... Horse breeding was once a big thing here. The sculpture probably originates from that period. Horse breeding was one. An empty envelope. An empty envelope with the Vatican. The Gordon coat of arms. Pretty uninspiring. I'd expected a fire-breathing dragon or a griffin with bloody claws. As if the chaos of books wasn't enough, all the drawers have been pulled out just in case. My telephone. My telephone. My family tree. There's probably a minibar hidden in there, but I'm not interested in that right now.
Yes?
Is this Mr. Dukes? Notary for inheritance law and whatnot?
Absolutely correct. And you are?
Gordon. Adrian Gordon.
Ah, Mr. Gordon, my condolences once again for the loss of your great-grandmother.
Thanks.
I'm assuming you still have a few questions concerning the reading of the will yesterday?
Mr. Dukes, can you tell me again what exactly is included in my inheritance?
Well, Mr. Gordon, you're the last descendant of the Gordon lineage and inherit the Black Mirror Castle estate and the one in Wales, a few hundred acres of woodland, as well as the assets in the family bank account amounting to £100, with all privileges and responsibilities.
What responsibilities?
The proper management of the woodland, adherence to hunting regulations, maintenance of the property and the garden. Sale is explicitly prohibited. At most, you can hand it over to the church. Nothing outstanding, no debts. Not a bad inheritance at all, don't you think?
I've found bank statements from the Gordon account.
And is something wrong?
No, but I've noticed that every 3 months, a substantial amount of money is paid into it.
There could be many reasons for that. It's not illegal, and also nothing unusual, if you ask me.
I'll be in touch, Mr. Dukes.
Of course, Mr. Gordon.
Hello, Madam Fortuna.
Adrian, I knew you would call again.
Who else could it be?
Pick a card.
Stop.
Ah, we have the Emperor.
Yeah, on the line. But it was in all the papers, too, so...
What? No. The card, Adrian. The Emperor card. You're gaining in external power and strength. You have a strong will. I see. Death.
Again.
A bear will follow you at every turn and devour you.
At every turn. What the...
Adrian, you can defeat the bear.
How can I defeat the bear?
Clear the way for the bear. Then he will let you live.
The way for the... yeah. Thanks. What a load of crap.
Dr. Jones's chambers.
Hello, Dr. Jones? Adrian Gordon.
Wow, Mr. Gordon. What's the score?
About the bail...
Ah, I wanted to call you about that. Sorry, it slipped my mind. A certain Charles Murray from Willow Creek has deposited the bail with the court. Do you know this man?
Only too well. But I wanted to tell you I'd already found that out myself.
Is he a friend of yours? That's good. Very good, in fact. The more supporters you have, the better. That always goes down well with the judge. People with friends and advocates. Terrific. Keep it up.
Yeah. Dr. Jones, you know much about English inheritance law?
Well, yeah, about as much as a boxer knows about synchronized swimming.
So,
And
not
that's
at
making a favorable comparison. Are you having problems regarding the inheritance? I could ask around for you.
Don't worry. I'll ask the notary. He's bound to know. Goodbye, Dr. Jones.
Seconds away. Next round, Mr.
I'd love to have a little bit of a rest. Someone doesn't seem to have understood what a bookshelf is for. Bibles and religious texts. Some of the editions look damn valuable. Good that the fire didn't spread through here. The Encyclopedia Britannica, in at least 3 editions. Will there ever be a bigger reference book? Shakespeare dramas, Shakespeare tragedies, Shakespeare comedy. This will be the shelf for my comic collection. Stories, adventures and fairy tales. Dickens, Defoe, Anderson, Jules. All of the books here have Latin titles. Doesn't mean a thing to me. Books about horses, horse breeding, hunting dogs, polo, the Gordon's hobbies. I'll put in a computer here. An old mural. Looks like the Last Supper. All of the candles are burned right down. Whatever. I wasn't planning on lighting them anyway. In the corner, there's a richly ornamented mighty column. The weight of the castle rests on it. In the corner, that's the only part of the library that was damaged by the fire, fortunately. That's Greg. He watches Steve while he works. Looks like it's broken.
It was those damn long-haired hippies from the next village.
Hi, Greg.
Hey, Adrian, what's up? Have you sorted out the finances?
No, not yet.
You know where you can find me.
Why are the books all spread around the floor of the library?
You'll have to ask Miss Antolini about that. She'd often pick up a book. Didn't have much to do by the looks of things. Was reading all the time.
There's no light in the cellar.
Oh no, it's going to stay like that for the time being. The water used to put out the fire flooded the whole cellar, and there are electrical wires all over. Much too dangerous.
Where's this Miss Antolini got to, anyway? She wasn't even at the funeral.
What do I know? Probably back in the convent. Ask the priest. They both bat for the same team.
And you were asked to renovate the castle by her?
Correct. Headhunted us. We were working for old Murray before, for a pittance. We get twice as much here.
Okay, and where did she get the money from?
From Lady Victoria. It was her castle, after all.
How come Miss Antolini organized the construction guys and managed all this restoration work if Victoria didn't speak a word with her? It's a mystery to me anyway, how they managed their money. There's only £100 in the... Wait a minute. Maybe she only had part of it in the bank. Old people like to keep their money at home, underneath cushions or in the mattress. But don't old castles have treasure vaults too? A pile of gold and gems down in the dungeons, usually with a fire-breathing dragon as its guardian.
Hey, what's up?
What? I was just thinking about your pay.
Huh. Well, I hope something comes of it. I don't want to work for Murray again.
You haven't happened to find a treasure vault here in
Would
the town?
we still be...
Forget I asked. Steve, the more industrious of the two workers. I'd really like to know why he's drilling holes in my castle. Hey, Steve.
Yeah?
Why are you drilling holes into the castle?
It's simple. The foundation walls are full of water from extinguishing the fire. They sucked it up like a sponge. If we don't get the moisture out of the walls, then the whole castle will start to go moldy.
And the water just runs out of the holes? I can't believe that.
Of course not. I'm drilling the holes for these cartridges. There's liquid in them, which crystallizes in the wall and binds the water.
Oh, right. Do you work for free?
No, sir. But unlike Greg, I believe you've got enough money. You have.
I own a castle, don't I?
Oh, of course. I mean, you hear all the stories nowadays about poor nobility, and the castle ain't exactly in tip-top condition.
I'm sorting it out. I'll leave Ralph in peace for a bit. Hello? No one there. I'll leave him in peace for now. Hello, Father.
Adrian, welcome to my church.
Miss Antolini, Victoria's nurse, what do you know about her?
She was sent by the diocese. They have very well-trained nursing staff, competent and trustworthy.
You didn't know her personally?
I know the manageress of the diocese, Mrs. Puft. She's the wife of the brother of the mayoress, Mrs. Puft, her sister-in-law.
Yeah, but you've never met Miss Antolini.
I saw her a couple of times when I visited Lady Victoria. Made a nice impression.
I'm the last Gordon. Sounds like the last Mohican. What does that actually mean to me?
My son, you don't have to remain the last one. It's up to you whether it's the end of your lineage or a new start.
So, if I should decide to become a Catholic priest, then it would pretty much be the end.
You can still think about it. Your inheritance isn't just of a spiritual kind, it's also material. There's also the Black Mirror estate to manage. Presumably also the one in Wales. A huge responsibility, but also a huge gift.
And what about your church? It was built by Marcus Gordon, so it must belong to me now too?
The gift isn't that huge. Marcus Gordon built it, but he was also a loyal son of the church, and always gave everything back that he got from it. Wormhill Church belongs to itself, and, of course, the people here.
I'd like to hear the story about Marcus.
Marcus, it was, but the
Right.
Well, I all basic.
Do you know-
But perhaps, or
Thank
they-
you, Father. Thanks for the help.
May the Lord.
Welcome to the jungle. Half of it is dried out, and the other half is rotten. That was a bucket for water. Maybe I can use it for something else. Oh look, a fine piece of English workmanship. Right down to the missing bottom. What have we got here? A garden hose. Hoses have always brought me luck so far. A length of garden hose. Looks about half a meter long. A length of garden hose. Looks about half a meter long. It's very unusual to put carpet down in a greenhouse. The gaps between the tiles haven't been cemented. The tiles here have only been placed loosely next to each other. The tiles here have just been placed loosely on there. There's a trap door underneath them. A statue. Is that the White Lady? I doubt it. She's too scantily dressed. Oh God, I see her everywhere, even though she's not there at all. Still, it's a shame she's got so dirty. A statue. Is that the White... Oh God. That must have been one hell of a rake. Now it's just a long wooden stick. The bottom part is broken off. A withered plant. It says Valeriana walrathi on the label here. A withered plant. So where does that lead to? Far down, in any case. It looks like an old well shaft. Whoever put that case there didn't want anyone to get it. I need something like a fishing rod or a stick with a hook on it. I've attached the clamps to the stick. In theory, you could now attach even more stuff to it. A long wooden stick with pipe clips on it. There's a case on a sort of ledge. Who put that there? Who knows what could be moldering at the bottom of this well? The stick is long enough, but I can't hook the case up with it. I need something like a handle. Excellent. I now have a sort of grappling hook. I'll need to use all my skill here, otherwise it's gonna fall off of the ledge. Got it. A black plastic case. Let's see what's in it. A 10-pound note, a bottle of wine, and a notebook. Maybe it could tell me something about the owner. Aha! Here on the first page it says, Henry Stanton. What did our Henry write about then? Well, that's interesting. He appears to have been some kind of informant. At least, he recorded everything meticulously when he saw any castle residents in the tea room. 3 o'clock p.m. Tea time ends. Victoria forgets to close the horse again. 3:15 p.m. Bates checks the lock. Note, the key is hidden at Old Durgham Gordon. 4 o'clock p.m. Tea room empty. Use the opportunity. 4:30 p.m. Visit of Dr. Herman. And it goes on in the same vein. And here's a drawing of a horse. Three o'clock p.m. Everything varied? Obviously, Henry Stanton wanted to know when he could get at the horse without being seen. I bet there's something valuable in there. But what does he mean by Durgham Gordon? A statue. Oh god, I see her everywhere. Durham Gordon. Let's see. Ah, this is him. Married to Lillian Gordon. Durham Gordon. A massive block of... The entire hall is one big construction site.